On this month's Paranormal, we check our facts.
Find out how we rank Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy.
On this obscure superhero quiz, have you heard of Kid Flash?
And Charlie tells us his personal paranormal stories. All coming up on the Segway Podcast. Hey, welcome to the Segway.
The best thing that happened to you on a Thursday.
That's right, recording live, social distantly.
Oh, I'm so glad you're back home, man.
Are you? Because it's just as hot in my attic as it was in that car. And at least, like, when we were talking, I could have my door open, so I got a breeze. Well, I guess I just did have the fan on. It's very hot in here. There's a lot of dead wasps. There's a lot of...
died from the heat.
Yeah. Which I don't feel bad about, because I would have taken them out, but they shouldn't be in here anyways. But yeah, it's just like littered around the attic. There's just like little fried up wasps. I had to check my seat to make sure I didn't sit on one.
Oh, dude, I have a little story for you, actually. I just thought of it.
Yeah.
So, this morning, I woke up at around 8:30, and Steph's like, Charlie, you gotta come help me. There's a giant bee. I was like, where's it at? She's by the window. I was like, okay, get the vacuum. We're not doing what Tyler does. We're gonna kill this thing. And I saw what it actually was. It was a bumblebee. I was like, oh, I'm not going to kill a bumblebee.
Yeah.
So I got a container, and I put the container, and the poor thing was so tired, I actually had to take it out to a tree and put it on the tree. Not like with my hand, but like
Did you give it a little kiss?
I felt bad for it. It was tired.
And then as you set it on the tree, a bird flew by. And...
I actually thought that was going to happen.
Yeah. We have a... What was I going to... Hold on. You got to edit that.
Okay.
Man, it's so hot. I hope everybody had a happy Memorial Day.
Oh, yeah, Memorial Day. I have family in the military. I think I mentioned that before.
Yeah, and what day was it last time where I said you should reach out to them and thank them, and you're like, let's not get crazy. It was Veterans Day or something like that.
Yeah, it was Veterans Day.
Yeah. I don't know about wherever you guys are, but if you are in Northeast Ohio, it was beautiful weather. Beautiful weather.
Today?
Memorial Day.
Oh, yeah, and today it's hot as shit.
Well, I mean, but it's a sunny day. Dude, if it's sunny in Northeast Ohio, it's a good day. Whether it's cold or hot, it's a nice day.
You're right.
But it was actually, honestly, Sunday and Monday here in Northeast Ohio was better than the majority of the days in North Carolina. There's just no ocean, you know. It's just my dog.
But it's so hot right now, it's the first day of shirtless. Yeah. Keeping that in.
That's the edit right there. Alright guys, it's that time of the month again where we keep ourselves in check with the fact check. Did I put the scene at that time, or did it sound like I said fat check again? I'm trying.
I heard facts.
Okay.
I heard the fact check.
Let's just bounce?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bounce.
I got two then. It's a twofer. The way I think you say it, that's how you say it. And Would You Rather this month, I said there was a guy that got caught on a video with there was a woman behind him that wasn't his wife.
Yeah. I remember.
And I said I didn't know if he was a reporter or weatherman. He is a Spanish TV reporter. That's what he is. And I said that the girl behind him that nobody knew who it was because it wasn't his girlfriend or wife at the time because she was a Big Brother star. Her name is Marta Lopez.
No, that sounds muy caliente.
Yes.
Okay. I think it's Would You Rather. I mentioned that I proposed to the beach.
Yeah, you did.
And you said, it was at Huntington Beach in California. And I looked it up. There is a Huntington Beach city in California.
Yes.
So you were right.
That's
what that was.
I didn't think I was wrong. Another instance where I was right, because it happens so often. When we were talking about stand-up comedians, and I was talking about Kevin Hart, and I said he has a YouTube show called Cold as Balls. I said, I think Baker Mayfield's been on it, but I'm not sure. Baker Mayfield was on it. He wasn't yet a Cleveland Brown. He hadn't been drafted yet, but he was on that show.
Wow. Young Baker.
Yep.
Speaking of comedians, in that section before that you said, remind me to tell you which one had the viral song.
Yeah.
I don't think you did.
Oh, you know what? Future Charlie, play it right here.
This is a public service announcement. Get your fucking kids in the fucking house. 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 I'm not asking, please. I'm telling motherfuckers, stay your little punk, dirty, shit-stained ass inside. Get your fucking kids in.
Yeah, that is, it's Michael Rappaport, and it's get the funking kids in the funking house. But I'm pretty sure he's saying fucking. Like, get the fucking kids in the fucking house. But that was the viral video. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Staying on Michael Rappaport and stand-up comedians during that segment, I said he was in a shark movie and he got eaten, but I couldn't remember what it was called. Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea.
Deep Blue Sea. I that was one of the ones that I thought it might have been, but I wasn't sure. I wanted to check. And it does have Samuel Jackson and Michael Rappaport in it. Somehow I forgot LL Cool J is like the main actor.
How can you forget about LL Cool J?
I think a whole generation has, but...
Okay. So we were talking about the lady who fell off the cliff in, God, was it Turkey or Hungary or something?
Yeah, I think it was Turkey. Don't fact check me on that though.
The picture of you in the woods, it was the one with your arms out, but there's also one with you and your sister too.
Yeah, I think it's both hiking. One of them is probably Hocking Hills, and the other one's probably Davis, West Virginia.
Yeah, they look similar.
When you were talking about Dan Cummins, and you said his stand-up special, Get Out of Here, Devil, is on Amazon Prime, but you weren't sure where else it is. It's also on YouTube and Google Play, although I imagine you might have to pay for it on YouTube. But
probably. Yeah. I actually just watched it on Prime.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was good. He's funny as shit.
Okay.
Oh, this is a stupid fact check. I said 8-year-olds can't play guitar. I mean, some can. That was a fact check, that some can play guitar.
Oh, I almost called your ass on it, like, when you said that, but because I remember I was watching Maury, and there was like a 4-year-old that could play the Crazy Train, Ozzy Osbourne solo. But I was gonna let you have that moment. I was gonna call you out on it. You probably felt good in that moment. Why should I tear you down with your ludicrous, also generationally gone comment?
Yeah,
ludicrous, right? All right, my last fact check. When we were talking about Capone and the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, I did a little bit more research, and they claim that he ordered the hit. He wasn't one of the guys gunning them down. Because 2 guys were there in, like, suits, and 2 guys were dressed up like fake policemen.
Oh, wow.
So they assume that he's the one that had the hit done, but he wasn't there himself, because he was too busy shitting the bed. Not at that time.
That would be a really good climax for a movie.
Would it, though?
My last fact check is the South Korean team, the Giants.
Yes.
They are from Busan.
Busan. Good for them. I heard they lost, though.
Oh, fuck.
Well, I mean, it's baseball. You lose a ton. You know what they say? You're going to lose a third of your games. You're going to win a third of your games. It's all about what you do with the other third of your games. It's kind of a bullshit, like it is what it is statement. But, you know, as they say, it is what it is. All right, guys, we are bringing this segment back. It is Rank and File. The last time we did this, we did the main Harry Potter films. So basically what we do is we take a whole collection of something, and Charlie and I each individually rank them from best to worst, or best to least best, however you want to look at it. And today we are going to be talking about the 3 Tobey Maguire / Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies.
If I was sane, I think we would have the same list, but I'm not. I'm just not.
I think I would hope that our third is the same.
I don't think it's going to be.
Oh.
I think I know what it's going to be.
Okay. So the way we do this is we start at the bottom and work our way up to our personal bests. So that is 3 out of 3. So let's each start with our third best Sam Raimi Spider-Man film. Mine is Spider-Man 3. What say you?
Sam Raimi is very good with Spider-Man.
Yeah, I this series is my favorite Spider-Man series, and there's probably a lot of nostalgia that's playing into this.
Oh, yeah.
But we both know how we feel about, what is it, Peter Holland? Tom Holland. Tom Holland
sucks.
I'm not a fan of Tom Holland, and I never bought into the Andrew Garfield one. Because Emma Stone playing Mary Jane, it felt like when you watch the teenage shows and the kids are like 30, but they're trying to act like they're 18.
I'm just going to fact check you right now. She actually didn't play Mary Jane. She played Gwen Stacy.
Literally the same shit. Literally the same shit.
I actually really like the Garfield ones. But my number 3 spot is actually number 1.
Really?
Yeah, it's still really good. I like it a lot. It's just not my favorite. I don't love the whole... I've seen it so many times. Like, how many times have we seen Spider-Man become Spider-Man?
At least 3.
Yeah, but I've seen cartoons too. Like,
yeah,
it's a lot. I've seen it a lot of times. Like, I get it. He got bit by a spider.
Okay. So, for me, Spider-Man 3, it just felt like it was biting off more than it could chew. Because there are aspects of it that I like. I think if they would have just went with Sandman, that would have been okay. I don't think Venom was great, but I have a personal soft spot for Topher Grace because I love that 70s show, or I loved that 70s show. So I really like Topher Grace. Kind of a weird guy to play Venom, though, right?
It is. It's kind of like in the Batman vs. Superman where Jesse Eisenberg plays Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't really fit, but also something about it's compelling.
It has that, like, it could, like, was it Tom Hardy, actually, who plays Venom?
Yeah.
See, it like Tom Hardy's such obviously like Capone, he's such a big time actor where I feel like the Topher Grace becoming Venom kind of gives you that feel like, yeah, anybody could become Venom. That like it could have attacked anybody. Like it's like an everyday guy becoming Venom.
I wish they would have got the dude that actually played Flash Gordon from the first movie. Well, there's like a fight scene in the first movie with Flash Gordon. I wish they would have got that guy to play Venom.
Are you knocking Topher Grace?
No. No.
I will say, though, career-wise, choosing to leave that 70s show to star in this film, probably not the best idea.
We all make mistakes.
And then, I mean, then it's like if you think about... I'll use this for my top film, because I think there's an image that sticks... There's 3 images that stick in my mind from each film. The first film is the Upside Down Kiss, for me. Where he rips, like, he takes the mask up to his, like, nose, and they have the upside down raining kiss. Second movie, I think it's when he's passed out, and the people, the everyday people are like, carrying him with his mask off. And then, unfortunately, the third Spider-Man, it's like the dancing hair flip. Yeah, I just think that it bit off more than it can chew. Too many enemies, too much going on, in a very unusual tone. Still a fun movie, not my favorite.
A lot of people say that.
And it's tonality-wise, but also, like, yeah, we'll leave it at that. Just the character of Peter Parker was very strange in that movie.
So my second favorite is actually Spider-Man 3.
Charlie, we've done now 11 rankings, if you count these 3 and Harry Potter.
Yeah.
8? Right. There were 8 Harry Potters and 3 from here, correct? 11 total?
Mm-hmm.
We are 0 for 11.
Well, you know what? I think number 12 is going to be the same.
That's probably true. All right, so for you, the second best is Spider-Man 3.
I like Spider-Man 3 a lot. I'm amongst few who defend Spider-Man 3. But I just think it was a lot of fun. I think you're right. It did bite off more than it could chew. But I just love the tone and personality of it. I think it's like a dog with a fun haircut. Like it likes what it's doing, and it doesn't care how it looks.
Okay, that's okay. I mean, you could argue until you're blue in the face about whether something is done well, but when it comes down to it, if you like something, you like something. You don't have, you know what I mean? True. Like it's our job to illustrate and justify why we like something. But I mean, if it comes down to just personal preference, you know, it is what it is.
You said that like you're like the end of Mice and Men, where you're like look at the sunset, Lenny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The little was it the little bunny or the little mouse in his pocket?
Rabbit. Look at the bunnies.
Yeah. George. Bang. My second is Spider-Man. First one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've told you, I try to be as consistent as possible. And I've told you this before in other circumstances, that I love intros. And I think that's why they like, I think I'm in the majority here, because I think that's why they reboot so much. I mean, it's money. I think people love seeing, because it's like, this is when the superhero is the most attainable. Like them figuring out, like I feel like people can't get enough of a superhero discovering their powers. Like, it's been done a million times, and there's so many unique ways to get it across. But I feel like that's like the ultimate pathway for a viewer of a film to put themselves in the superhero shoes, because they get to see in awe of that person figuring out their own powers. And I eat that up. I love that stuff. So you get that. I think Willem Dafoe just nails his part as the Green Goblin.
He is awesome.
Huge nostalgia for me as well, and this one specifically. I think I was 10 years old when this came out in 2002, and it was just, I don't know. I mean, that parade where the Goblin like kills those other people, like that.
The Macy's Day Parade, yeah.
Yeah. I used to think, but doesn't Macy Gray sing in it? It's the Macy's Day Parade with Macy Gray singing. So when growing up, I thought it was her parade.
That's okay.
Yeah. Apparently that's not the case. Also, because I feel like The Dark Knight gets a lot of credit for this, where the Joker makes him choose between, what's her name? I mean, obviously Two-Face,
girl.
Harvey Dent, but what's her name?
Yeah,
Maggie. I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal's sister, but what's her name? I can hear Rachel, because I can hear Rachel, and I feel like he gets a lot of credit for that. But I give The Dark Knight credit because they kill her, and
they do,
because in Spider-Man, the Green Goblin makes Peter choose between Mary Jane and all the people, and of course he saves both. Not quite as serious or as intense as The Dark Knight. But I feel like that's maybe a little bit overlooked. And like I said, the defining image with the kissing upside down, I think it's just kind of, it's really cool and it stands out and it's very memorable. I think it's a great intro to a great trilogy. So for me, the second movie is Spider-Man.
So my top dog spot is Spider-Man 2.
Oh, wait a minute. Hey!
Yeah!
Mine's Spider-Man 2.
I think mathematically, it could not have worked out where we didn't have one.
When we were saying, I didn't realize we flipped and they were odd numbers, because I did 3 and then 1, and you did 1 and then 3. It was the opposite reaction. And everybody listening to this, assuming you don't edit that out, is going to be like, what a dumbass. But hey, I'm being real, I'm being authentic. And we both said Spider-Man 2. Yes.
Yeah, well, it's the best one.
It's
so good.
It is the best one. I'll let you say your piece first.
Okay, well, Spider-Man 2 is the best one because I was thinking, like, what scenes I remember the most? And they all came back to Spider-Man 2. I was like, Spider-Man 2, that's Spider-Man 2, that's Spider-Man 2. Except for, like, not the Joker, Jesus Christ. The Goblin dying and Mary Jane kissing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Every other scene was Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, the first movie, in my opinion, perfectly set up the second one. Because it's like the relationship between Peter and Harry. Harry wants vengeance against Spider-Man, revealing himself to both of them. I mean, both Harry and Mary Jane discover who he is in this film. I don't know the actor who plays Doc Ock, but I thought he did a really good job. I think it's a good balance of storytelling and action. But I agree. When I was thinking through it, I kept thinking back to scenes from this film as well. And also, I think it's a little biased because I destroyed the Spider-Man 2 video game for PlayStation 2. I played that game so much.
The car coming through the cafe window.
Yeah.
How good is that scene? That's so cool.
I remember that being in the trailer. Like, I remember being in the movie theaters, and when they were promoting this film, and then they showed that scene in the trailer, and I was like, oh my god. Like, oh my god. and I every now and then, I think about that dick, where his aunt is trying to, like, I don't remember what she's trying to do. I was very young when this came out. It was all bank adult stuff. But she was like, oh, I still get the toaster, right? And that guy's like, well, actually, blah, 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 adult words. You don't get the toaster, bitch. And I'm like, this piece of shit. Do you ever think about that? How she didn't get the toaster or the blender or whatever it was?
So I heard you say dick, but now you said bank. Now that makes sense. I thought he said
the guy
Aunt May trying to get that dick. I was like, what the fuck? What movie did you watch?
I won't tell you the website I watched the movie on. There's a couple X's.
I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I'll have to rewatch it so I can understand it now. But I didn't understand at the time. But I just knew that it was wrong.
It was like she didn't open a checking account at the right time or something like that.
Yeah, some bullshit like that.
Stupid.
So that is a much shorter version of Rank and File. Not quite 30 minutes like our Harry Potter one. But it is what it is. I'm going to say that at the end of every segment. It is what it is.
Tyler.
Do you have 11?
I do have 11, yeah.
All right. And so it's best 6 out of 11. Can I just say this now before I sound like a dumbass? Like the second time on this segment and the second time today, like I get it. It's not 5 out of 11. We're trying to get to 6 out of 11. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's how you get an A on this.
Yes.
All right. So I'm really excited about this one. So the topic I took I don't know what happened. Like when I was setting this episode up, I was trying to set this episode up. Superheroes just came to my mind because this quiz is obscure superheroes.
Oh, I'm gonna lose so badly. Like
I thought you might.
Like English comp, I got it. I know. I was about to say survival things, but I think I failed that one. But I'll set the table. I'll put the silverware down. I failed. I'm cooked. I'm the cooked pig with the apple in my mouth. But anyways,
it's gonna be a good one. It's a fun one if you know superheroes.
Well,
all right. Well, okay. For those of you playing at home, I hope this isn't too hard. Are you ready, Tyler? Number 1. It's very simple. Where is Martian Manhunter from? A. Chicago. B. Alpha Centauri. Or C. Mars.
I'm not overthinking this one. I have no idea. I'm gonna say Mars.
That's right.
Were you trying to get me to overthink?
Yes.
I'm excellent at overthinking. So I'm really bad at trivia games when I don't know because I spend forever trying to think, but I don't know it. So if you don't know it, you don't know it. So I'm going to go with my instinct on most of these and try not to outthink the room.
Yeah, I was trying to do a double cross like in basketball.
I got you.
Yeah. 2. What are Arrow's powers? A. Extreme precision aiming ability. B. No extraordinary power. Or C. Able to shoot arrows from his forearm.
Oh man. Which one's is this the green arrow or is it just an arrow?
Arrow. I guess I think it's technically Green Arrow, but
I know there's Green Arrow and there's Green Hornet, and one of them's real and one of them's a Seth Rogen comedy.
It's Green Hornet is the Seth Rogen.
Okay, and then there's a Green Lantern.
Yes, there's
Green Lantern. There's a Green Lantern, there's a Green Arrow, and there's a Green Hornet. Listen, I love the color green, but the fuck.
I don't think Green Hornet's in DC though.
Let's say, man, the Green Arrow. Let's say what was A? Precision.
Yeah, extreme precision.
Let's go with that.
He actually doesn't have any superpowers. He's kind of like Bruce Wayne.
Okay, he just kind of bulked up. He learned some jujitsu shit.
And...
All right, good for him. And he's green. He's radioactive, apparently.
I think he just likes the color, like you. When was Wolverine born? A. 1963. B. 1900. Or C. 1880.
Oh, 1963.
I'm sorry, it's actually C. 1880.
Oh, he's an old motherfucker.
Yeah, well, it's that extreme healing ability he has.
Okay, so he's got great chops. That's all I know. And that's gotta hurt when those forks and knives and shit come out of his hands.
Forks and knives. It does hurt him, actually. That's part of the reason why he doesn't like it so much.
I bet.
Number 4. Shazam calls on the powers of who? A. Greek gods. B. The Egyptian gods. Or C. The Nordic gods.
Oh, is that the one where he's like the kid and then he's the adult?
Yes.
It looked funny. I did not see it. But it looked funny. So we got Egyptian, Nordic, and what was the first one?
Greek.
Greek. And I don't think it's Egyptian. I could be wrong. I don't think it's Egyptian. So we got Greek and Nordic. Let's go with Greek.
That's actually right.
Oh, I like how you say sorry when I'm wrong, and when I'm right, you're like, actually. Somehow, someway, this dumb motherfucker stumbled on a right question.
I think you're gonna get this one right.
Don't do that, because then you feel worse when you get it wrong.
Alright, but you probably will. Number 5. Deadpool is most known for A. Breaking the fourth wall. B. building pools of dirty water to kill his victims, or C, betting in pool hall games?
Good movie. I did not see the second one. Brian Reynolds is funny. Also, it's funny because there's a one of those epic rap battles of history where Boba Fett goes against Deadpool.
Oh, really?
And he does this in it, but I mean, he does it the whole Deadpool movie. He breaks the fourth wall.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh, I know. You're right. I did know that one. That's one thing I knew.
What's the score at, by the way?
I'm up 3-2 because this is 6, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Move on to number 6. Okay. Number 6.
Yes.
What is not true about the manicure of Robin? So you know,
Robin. Are we talking about Batman's Robin?
Yeah, he's been played. He's been played.
He's been played.
There have been multiple Robins, so that's what I mean by manicure.
Okay.
One of the Robins was Batman's son. B, he has always retired and become another superhero. Or C, one Robin was killed by the Joker. So what is not true?
So one of these is not true.
Yeah, which one's not true?
Okay, I know C happened. So it's A is he's Batman's son, and what's B?
B is every Robin retires and becomes another superhero.
Every Robin.
Yes.
Every single Robin.
Yes.
Okay, because I watched the Batman movies where I think it's Christopher O'Donnell plays Batman, and I'm pretty sure in those movies with like Arnold Schwarzenegger, he doesn't become like Nightwing or Red Hood or Red Robin. I don't know what his shit is. So I'm gonna say B, that he doesn't. But was he ever Batman's son? That doesn't make sense because he's Dick something. He's like the High Flyers. But I don't think in those Batman and Robin movies he retired at the end of them and became something else. So I'm going to say B, that he doesn't always retire and become a different thing.
I am so proud of you. The way you worked that out, that's great. Yes, that is correct.
In what rendition is he Batman's son?
Oh, I knew it, but now you questioned me, so I don't know it off the top of my head. It's Drake, I think his name. Extra point if you know the name of the Robin that died.
The name of the Robin?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Jason Todd. Damian Wayne is Batman's son.
And that's Robin in that world?
He is Robin, yeah.
Man, people take so much liberty with this shit.
It's really cool. He has a sword. It's fucking awesome. He's my favorite.
It's 4-2.
All right. I think you're gonna know this one, but we'll see what happens.
Oh yeah, we'll see. I've been lucky.
I was really proud of how you worked that one out there. That was really good reasoning.
I literally said I wasn't gonna do that too, but Batman's one of the few superheroes I really do enjoy, so I had to kind of own that.
Number 7. Hellboy was not printed in DC or Marvel. What company printed that comic? A, Cotton Candy and Bubblegum Inc. B, Black Cat Publishing. Or C, Dark Horse Comics.
Did you make some of these up, or are these all...
I made some up.
Okay, what were they? It was Cotton Candy, it was...
Cotton Candy and Bubblegum Inc.
Oh god, no way. No way. What's B?
Black Cat Publishing.
Maybe.
Or C, Dark Horse Comics.
Maybe B. I'm gonna go Dark Horse Comics.
That's right.
Oh, sweet. Did you make up the other two?
Yes, I did.
I like that. Black Cat was close, dude. 5-2.
All right. Oh gosh, one more to win.
Yeah, we'll see.
Number 8. You ever watch the CW comic superhero shows?
I watched the CW because One Tree Hill's on it, and I know Riverdale, right?
Yeah, the Dale.
No, I don't watch any superhero shows on it.
But the CW's got Arrow and Batwoman and Flash, and this one does not come from Flash, but this one's from Flash. Not from that show specifically, but number 8. What was Flash's sidekick's name? A, Speedy, B, Kid Flash, or C, Supersonic Kid.
Kid Flash.
That's right.
Oh, shit, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. That one was one where I was like, I don't know it. What sounds good? All
It's
right.
Kid Flash.
Wow. I like the... Did you make up the third one?
Yes, I did.
I like that. To the Supersonic the Kid or whatever?
Supersonic Kid.
I like that. It's wrong, but I like that.
Speedy is actually Arrow's sidekick's name.
Oh, okay.
Which doesn't make sense, but... You want to go with the rest of the quiz?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay. What color is Starfire's skin?
Who's Starfire?
Starfire from the Teen Titans.
Oh, okay.
You never watched Teen Titans?
Dude, no.
Oh my god, okay. Anyway. So what color is Starfire's skin? A, orange, B, blue, or C, purple?
Purple.
That's incorrect.
Is it blue?
It's actually orange.
Okay, good for Starfire.
Beast Boy is another member of the Teen Titans, but when he was younger, he was a member of another team. What was that name? A, the Changelings, B, the Doom Patrol, or C, the Protection Pack?
Changelings.
That's incorrect. It's actually the Doom Patrol.
The Dune Patrol. That's dumb.
Yeah. Number 11. This one's super easy. This one's a dumb one. The Black Panther takes the traditional role in his home country of Wakanda. What is that role? A, spiritual advisor, B, the chairman of war, or C, the king?
Oh, I don't know. King?
That's right. He's the king.
Hey, sweet. I didn't see that movie either.
You didn't see Black Panther?
I did not.
Oh, Black Panther is really... If you're going to watch any of the MCUs without any other thing else, you should definitely be Black Panther.
I don't know if I'll get around to it, but, it is what it is.
Tyler, the sun is setting. Another evening of recording. Are you ready for some paranormal stories?
I am indeed. And if you guys caught the blog, you'll kind of have a heads up to what to expect. But just for the people that didn't catch the blog post, we have a new project coming up that we'll touch on later. This is kind of topics we've always wanted to hit on, but we didn't find a good time to do it. But we decided now is the time. So today, Charlie will be talking about his personal paranormal experiences. And next month, in June, I will be talking about my paranormal experiences. There will be overlap, but
yes,
today will center on Charlie, and next month will center on me.
Yeah, so we haven't had a chance to really talk about our own personal experiences because we've been looking at the nexus, the world in general.
Yeah, big time, small, the big conspiracies people worry about, like the Loveland Frogman.
Yeah.
The ones that keep you up at night with their wands.
That was a good one. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5, damn.
5.
I hope you guys are comfortable. Make yourself a nice cup of tea, sit back.
Some are not that long. There's a couple that, you know how I am with stories. They're not. Yeah,
you're like, I was taking Apollo for a walk, and I had to turn and kneel and tie my shoe, and a demon walked by. So for my second story, wait, what?
I don't know, the greatest follow through. You're right.
No, I was just that's short but punchy.
All right. I'm going to go through this chronologically, I think.
I was going to ask what was your choice in order.
So this one happened when I was very, very young. 2 years old.
Okay, so you're a reliable narrator. Perfect.
No, I'm not. My father is, though.
Okay.
So, not the house behind me, the house to the left of that one. You can see it. We call that the murder house.
Okay.
So it goes like this. There's this family that lived there, and they pronounced their name Psycho. It could have been pronounced Seiko by the way it was spelled, but they chose to pronounce it Psycho.
Okay.
So strong foundations right there. There were 2 boys. One was 16, one was 18. There's a mom who worked at a gas station, a drive-through gas station that was in Garfield. And then there's a dad who, I don't know what he did.
He didn't put it, the Facebook wasn't around yet, so.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. And all of this comes from my father, by the way.
Okay.
Except for the end. So this family, the younger son, the 16-year-old son, robbed his mom's convenience store.
Oh.
He robbed his mom's convenience store. That night, the dad comes home, takes out his gun, and he kills the mom, kills the son. So I think the robbery was a trigger to this.
Yeah.
The 18-year-old son was out on a date, right? Didn't get home till like 2 a.m. The father, it's a split level like my house, where you come in.
Yeah.
The father, because I actually had friends that lived there. The father pulls his chair to the door, and the 18-year-old comes in, right? He opens the door, and the father goes, I killed your mother. I killed your brother. I'm going to kill you. Takes a shot at the kid. Misses, and he drives away. The kid runs away.
Wow.
And then the dad kills himself.
Damn. I was almost expecting you to say that he was like, I killed your mom. I killed your brother. How was your date?
Mm-mm. No.
So he's still alive today.
In theory.
I wonder if he got out of Garfield Heights.
Probably.
Man.
Yeah, probably.
So is there like a news article about this somewhere from like?
I've looked. I can't find it. My dad says it really happened. Well, he was in the kitchen when he saw the news vans, but I'm sure if you look hard enough, you can find it. Also, the I guess the older brother would take to carry around an axe to the neighborhood, and that's when my dad bought a shotgun. He says that's the story about how I got my first shotgun.
So the survivor would carry an axe around the area?
Before it happened.
Before it happened, okay.
Yeah.
The dad or the brother?
The brother, the oldest brother.
Oh, okay.
And that happened when I was like 2, so it was like 91, 92 when that happened.
Yeah.
Maybe 93. But yeah, so jump to 25 years later. I've heard this, my dad's friend has heard this. I don't think anybody else has heard it, but so like in the back there's like a little smoking patio.
Of that house?
Yeah, my house.
Oh, your house, okay.
There's a little smoking patio. And late at night, sometimes you would hear a dark laughter come out of nowhere. I've heard it. It's creepy as shit.
That's creepy, man.
Yeah, it is.
Good thing you're getting out of there.
Yeah. No one's stayed in that house for more than like 2 years.
Wow.
Since it's happened.
Wow. Sounds like we need to do a paranormal. Would you go there? Would you go there to ghost hunt? Or is that like too close to... I mean, right now it's kind of too close. But like, would you consider going there to ghost hunt?
I would. Like I said, I've had friends that live there.
Yeah. So you've been inside?
I've been inside that house. One kid stole my Pokemon game.
That bastard.
Alright. Let's move on from the murder house. Let's do... So chronologically, I said, right?
Yes.
This one happened when I was fairly young as well, like 8 or 9 or 10.
Okay.
In that area. My parents were both involved in theater. You know how theaters are.
Spooky. Haunted.
Spooky as shit. Haunted as fuck.
Ghost light.
Yeah. Actually, when I was volunteering for a kids' theater, I mentioned to the kids that the theater we were at was haunted, and they started, like, crying. I was like, it's fine, don't worry about it.
They're all haunted.
And the lady I was with, she was like, don't tell them it's haunted. I was like, but it is. And she's like, well, yeah, but don't tell them that.
Well, yeah, and then they never came back. The kids never came back.
So this theater I was at when I was a child. I was there after hours with I think my dad, maybe my mom, I don't know. So I was downstairs, and I went from the back to the front. Mm-hmm. Maybe I just had to go to the bathroom. Anyway, I had to go to the back. So I was in the back of the building, and I was coming back up, and I turned around and cut the light off, right?
Yeah.
So in the basement of the building, underneath the stage, I look to the back of the hallway for some reason. It's a big hallway. And I see a man's head, like, peeking around a corner.
Ugh.
And, like, it was like a full body apparition. Like, I saw, like, chest, like, peeking around the corner.
Do you wish you had your shotgun in that moment?
I'm glad I went to the bathroom before that.
Yeah.
Because I would have peed myself. It still haunts me. It's creepy. It's not like it was, like, super scary or anything. But it was just, like, how surreal it was.
I don't think I've ever heard this before.
I don't think I've told you before. I think about it sometimes. I forget about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, our bodies probably do a good amount of repressing.
Yeah.
Like, that would be some scary shit to, like, go and be hypnotized and, like, release some of the things you repress.
Yeah.
I have no interest in doing that.
No. You're gonna find out that story from last week actually talked to you.
God.
But yeah, that's the story from when I was a kid. Like it told you, it wasn't super long, but that's all that happened. I just saw the full body apparition and I deuced out of there. Literally.
Yeah.
And now, you gotta help me with the order of this now.
Okay.
Did we see... Remember when we were playing guitar?
Where?
In Gazetta, after Dr. Horrible.
So that would be 2012.
Yeah, and then when did the Rose Cemetery happen?
2014.
Alright. Okay, so when we were playing guitar, after theater rehearsal one time, do you remember that?
Yes, I think I know where you're going with this.
You saw something that night as well.
Yes.
But I also saw something.
Did you tell me this?
I tried to. I don't know if you heard me, though.
Oh, okay.
But, so I was playing guitar, and on the catwalk, I saw a pair of legs. It was above the sound booth.
Yeah, okay.
So there's a catwalk above the sound booth.
Yeah, that was the same place I saw something that night.
I saw a pair of legs go from one end of the sound booth to the other, and that was it.
I saw shoulder.
Yeah, I know, and I think it was different times.
It might have been. It was 8 years ago. But I remember seeing a shoulder, and then it, like, disappeared behind, like, a different angle of the catwalk. Like, where you would turn right.
That's essentially the same thing that happened to me, except mine were legs.
Yeah.
Have you heard the story about Sandifer? About how Sandifer got its name?
I don't think so.
Well, it's not. Well, how the ghost got to Sandifer anyway.
Oh.
The guy it's named after, Dr. Sandifer. He was on his way to come to see a production of Macbeth. And on the way there, or before he left, he actually had a heart attack.
Oh, wow.
And he died. And they think that's the guy. Where?
Did he die in the theater?
No, it was at his house, but they think that's the guy that's haunting it because it's named after him.
Oh, that's kind of weird. That he would die in his house, but he would be haunting the theater.
I don't know. That's what I've heard.
I mean, we don't know anything. That's just my opinion on it.
Yeah. Maybe he really wanted to see Macbeth. Alright, so that's my story. One of my stories about Gazetta. I have another story that you were there at, and then I have the scariest thing that's ever happened to me.
Is one of them the black-eyed kids ringing your doorbell?
That was the cats. No,
I know, I'm just kidding.
That was scary too. I don't even know if it was them. It probably wasn't them, right?
Probably not.
So, we like to go ghost hunting, me and you, and Ethan.
Yeah. I love this story.
Alright, so we went ghost hunting. This is the first time we went ghost hunting, and that was at the Rose Cemetery.
Rose Hill Burial Ground. Dude, I know this is your story, but I'm there, okay. So I'm gonna... We were filming A Note for Emily. Yeah. I don't know where Alex was for this, because he wasn't around.
I think he was at home.
He might have went home. We filmed Ethan's scenes for A Note for Emily, and we were just, like, lounging around the apartment, and we didn't know what to do. And we were watching, or I was watching, I guess I don't know if it was in the room on the TV, non-stop episodes of Ghost Adventures. And that enticed me to look up haunted areas in Northeast Ohio. And a lot of them were like buildings that you wouldn't have access to. So I was really kind of on the lookout for public areas that would be considered haunted. And Rose Hill Burial Ground, or Rose Hill Cemetery, there were stories supposedly, because it's kind of sectioned off. I mean, you can go more in depth in this, but it's kind of like two. There's like the front part of the cemetery. There's this middle part with like a pond, and then there's this back part.
Yeah, there's the ponds.
And the story says that there's a woman in a white dress that's supposed to look really misty, and she walks around the back half of the cemetery. But so that was what we were given, and it was so hard to convince Ethan to go, which is crazy because I feel like he is very ambitious and adventurous, but he did not want to go. Eventually, it was April. We had nothing else to do. We all dressed in black, and I specifically remember going to a gas station to get coffee beforehand, and it's just three dudes walking in head to toe in black, and there were literally like three policemen in the gas station. I was like, oh, fuck. They're on to us.
They didn't want anything to do with it. They were looking for parties to bust.
Yeah.
Because we were lame and didn't go to any parties.
But there's so many things I associate with this. I associate Ed Sheeran with this because you were driving your Kia Soul, which you have now.
I do.
But I remember hearing this. I have this memory of like looking out the window. It's like 11 something at night, and I was like, "Wow, we're really going ghost hunting." It was such a cool vibe. And now I will pass the baton back to you now that it's kind of the tone's been set.
So I remember we had a hard time figuring out where to park.
Yeah, it was kind of like, okay, because I wrote a personal essay about this, and a guy kind of called me out on it. He was like, "This is like the least scary cemetery. It's in Fairlawn." He's like, "A gravestone would read, 'Here lies a soccer mom.'" You know, it's like it's bright lit Fairlawn.
Yeah. I guess.
So it was kind of like, well, where do we park? You can't park there.
Right. So we decided to park at the 24/7 Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Not Walmart, Walgreens. Walmart?
Yep, Walmart.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we walked up there. And we were all like hyping each other up too.
Do you remember what we saw before we got in there?
No.
Close to the cemetery, as we were walking in, we saw a tiny little mitten on the sidewalk. I mean, that's neither here nor there. It was April. It wasn't really cold.
No.
But there was a mitten, a baby's mitten, or an infant child's mitten on the ground.
Yes, we saw the mitten, and I remember we made jokes about that mitten for a long time.
Yeah, that's kind of our nature, too. Like, going into this, we were kind of joking around.
You know? I don't know if you could tell from the podcast itself, but...
Yeah, when we go ghost hunting, it's not like instant seriousness. Even though it probably should be out of respect, but
right.
It takes time.
Ethan was in charge of the pictures, right? And I did the EVPs.
Yep, and I just looked pretty.
Yeah. Everyone needs a Zach. So we did the EVPs, and we didn't listen back to them on the spot, I think, because we're cowards.
Well, I think we didn't want to ruin it. I think it was kind of like I feel like you have to kind of collect it all first, and then when you're out of there, then you diagnose it. Like, what if we would have, I don't know. Plus, we used the Bluetooth in your car. Like, the sound wouldn't have been as good. Probably a speakerphone.
Yeah. It was. I'm glad that we did what we did.
Yes.
So, we make, 10, 12 EVPs going deeper and deeper into the cemetery.
Yeah. What was the order of the lights?
I don't know.
I remember right away, 5 minutes in, I felt something brush against my elbow. And I kept that from you guys because there's that, if you... I trust you, I trust Ethan. If you guys would have said something, I would have believed you. But there's also that sense of, trying to hype up the event, hype up the night. And I felt 5 minutes in, if I'm telling you guys I'm feeling something on my arm, it's kind of like, oh, yeah, sure you did. So I was like, I'm not going to say anything. But was it me? There were two lights, orbs.
Yeah, I remember that.
One...
Were they pictures?
Did Ethan miss both? Or somebody missed both?
I think it might have been me.
Maybe. It was like a lightning bug, but it shot across the air.
I don't remember seeing them.
There were two, and I don't remember which of us saw it and which of us didn't.
Did
but
you see both of them?
I might have missed one. It's 6 years ago. I know there were two. I know all three of us didn't see both, but there were two. It was the size of a lightning bug, but it shot across, not the sky, but in the air. And I don't even know if you'd call that an orb, but that was the one of the things that was the first eerie happenstance to occur.
Yes. And then we got past the ponds.
Right.
Yeah, and that's when things started getting creepy.
I thought it was the opposite.
What? No.
I thought we felt creeped out before the pond, and then after the pond, we were starting to actually feel comfortable.
I think you're right, actually. But it was enticing though. It felt like it was an enticing kind of thing. Or
we
kept
off
getting
guard.
Farther. Yeah.
Yes.
And we got past the pond, and I remember we started to loosen up a little bit because we were maybe a little tired. I don't know. Probably
to a certain extent.
Remember seeing that bush that looked like a skull?
Yes.
Yes.
But we weren't afraid. It was more that's something Ethan does. Ethan sees faces a lot in trees and stuff, and he'll be, oh my god, and be like, what? And he'll be like, look, that tree looks like a woman bending over and picking up an apple. It's like, it's a tree, bro. Like, I see it. I see what you're saying, but that's not what gets me freaked out. Yeah, continue.
So we were going around a bend toward the back of the cemetery, and there was like this like babbling brook.
Yeah, there was like a little bit of water, and the moon was out.
Yes, the moon caught our attention. For some reason, the moon caught all of our attention. And we were talking about the moon.
Yes.
And then, out of nowhere, we hear this splash. That was probably a frog.
Probably. It felt so loud. And probably in the quietness and the calmness of that moment, it probably felt extra loud. But, yeah, it was like a splash.
But we freaked the fuck out.
Yes.
And we hightailed it out of there.
Yes. Now, go ahead.
But I remember feeling a sense of being chased.
Yes.
I maybe it was just a frog, but our energies were heightened.
I had never felt like I was being chased out of an area ever like that in my life. Like, I literally felt like there was something behind us.
Yeah,
and
I was scared to look around.
There was mist behind us.
Yeah.
And I remember Ethan kept turning around and like running backwards and like snapping pictures of behind us. He also, while you and I were talking about whatever and looking at the moon, he was actually pulling up his phone to take a picture of the moon, and he claims that an orb shot directly at him through the camera lens.
Really?
Yeah. But yeah, I literally had never felt like I was being chased by something like that before in my life.
Yeah, and you and Ethan are in relatively pretty good shape, and I was just like
you're like, don't leave me.
And oh god, was it this time too where we thought we saw? I think Ethan said he saw some like goblin-esque creatures.
I don't.
Do you remember that or no?
I think the picture we took could be identified sort of like that. I don't think he saw it with his naked eye.
Do you still have that picture?
Yeah, somewhere.
We should post it if we have it.
Yeah. It's very tribal looking to me.
Yeah. But we were leaving, and the last picture we took on the way out, Ethan took, and we saw a couple faces.
Yeah.
And though the event that caused us to be chased out of the cemetery may not have been paranormal, may have been a frog, may have been a spirit, I don't know. But we definitely had that sensation leaving.
Yes, absolutely.
And then we get to my car.
Yeah.
And we decide that we're going to go through our EVPs.
Which was already so heightened. Because we've had so many times ghost hunting where we get back to the car and we're like, man, I hope we have something. But it was like after a night where you didn't really feel too much, or if you did, it was fleeting.
Yeah.
But like, I remember we didn't check it at Walmart this time. If you remember. We went to Taco Bell.
Yeah.
We were like so freaked out. We were like, we need food or something. And we drove to Taco Bell. And while we were eating in your car is when we listened to it.
Yeah. And we got... God, did we actually get voices or just screams?
I got a chicken quesadilla because I ate meat back then.
Did we get anything that said anything? Was it like help? I don't remember what it said.
You don't remember what it said?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it didn't last on your brain. We got an EVP that said, just go back.
Oh! Yeah, and that was before we went to the back.
Correct.
Yes.
It was probably like, out of 12, it was probably like 5 or 6. But based on our voices, based on our tone, based on where Charlie was holding his phone, and we do a fairly good job of calling each other out. That's a car. Yes. That was so-and-so's stomach. Somebody coughed. Somebody hiccuped. You know, whatever it may be. If somebody would have said something, we would have called it out. And we weren't being like silly or making voices or anything like that, because we would have remembered that. So a voice that didn't belong to any of us, nobody else was there, based on how soft it was, based on where his...
It was also a woman's voice.
I said based on a lot. I personally can't identify gender from it, because it's like a whisper.
I remember it being a woman's voice.
We'll have to listen back to it again. But very softly through intense amplification, or just turning your car all the way volume up. Yeah. You can hear somebody whisper or something whisper, just go back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God, I'm getting chills.
Yeah.
Well, that was the EVP at Rose Cemetery.
And I'll have you guys know, That was my first ghost hunting experience, and I was like, dang, this shit's easy. Let's just keep doing it. And unless there's something hidden in EVPs that we gave up on and only listened to once and we're missing it, I haven't caught anything or had a significant experience since then, personally.
The best thing we got was for this podcast after that at the cemetery in Ashtabula. And that wasn't much.
Yeah, right. Nothing to write home about.
Right.
But I'll always be, even if nothing else ever happens, I'll be very happy that my first time was a good time.
Yeah, it's like when my first scratchy lottery ticket I got I won $100.
There you go. You should have quit while you were ahead.
I've never won again, but... Yeah. So my last story. This happened after...
Do I know this?
I told you one time.
Okay.
This happened after you and Alex have graduated. I don't think I was engaged to Stephanie yet. Maybe I was. I was the stage manager for Much Ado About Nothing.
Okay.
So I was the stage manager for Much Ado About Nothing. This was after rehearsal. We actually had these two puppets from Great God Brown. We had them for blocking, and we had them in the corner that night. Everyone's gone except for me and the director. Director heads out. I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to stay for like another 30 minutes and finish up writing and stuff. I have my music on. 10 minutes go by. I'm by myself right in the theater. And it starts to get really eerie. So I take my headphones off and I start packing up. I'm like, I'm going to go home. I plug the ghost light in after I pack my stuff up. And I feel like a presence on me. I'm like, I got to get out of here. So I pack up really quickly. Ghost light's plugged in. And the only lights for the theater are in the corner, not by the door. You know what I'm talking about?
Which theater?
Gazetta.
Is that Sandifer then?
Yeah, Sandifer.
Okay. Yeah.
So the only lights are in the corner. They're not near the door, and I'm going out the stage door. Okay. Because that's the only door everybody used, was the stage door.
The big doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, how big are they? They're like 10 feet tall.
Maybe taller, but yeah, they're big. They're big doors.
They're huge. They're huge doors. And the puppets are right by the lights, which creep me out too. So I got all my stuff, ghost lights plugged in, and I just feel like nauseous. So I turn the lights off and I move it to the door, real fast walk, and I feel something right up behind me, right? Like breathing down my neck. And I turn around when I'm about to go out the door, the huge door, right?
Yeah.
My keys are in my hand, right? I turn around, and in the ghost light, I see the silhouette of a puppet. I shut the door, and as I'm trying to lock the door, the huge, giant stage doors are shaking. And as soon as I get the lock shut, the lock clicks, it stops moving altogether. There's no residual vibrations, it just stops.
Nope. So you do believe that Sandifer's haunted?
Oh, yeah. I think so, yeah.
Wow. And just for clarification, this is the same theater Charlie and I were talking about before where we saw somebody on the catwalk.
Yeah. Wow. I called Steph after that, and I was like, I'm never going to be in that theater alone again.
We should try ghost hunting there.
We probably could.
Is Chris, is he still?
Mm-hmm. He's still there.
I wonder if he would let us.
He probably would.
Would you want to do that, though?
Yeah. I'm not going to be by myself.
I'll hold your hand.
Okay. I'd just be concerned if someone else picks up my hand on the other side.
Ah, yes.
But yeah, that's the story about my stage managing, and that scared the shit out of me, dude. Like, I couldn't be alone in there. I was never alone in that theater again.
Technically, you were never alone to begin with. But, as they say, it is what it is. All right, that was Charlie's personal paranormal stories. I appreciate that you left out the majority of things at our apartment so I can have something to sprinkle in.
A lot of it didn't happen to me.
That's, I guess, well, it was your room, but you're right. That'll probably be like my sprinkles because I feel like I don't have many stories. Maybe if I sit and I meditate and I open up some of those like crypts that are closed in my brain, maybe I'll remember a couple other things. But because I already told the UFO story on here, right? During Gray's, that story.
Yeah, you did.
That was already told, so I'm not going to go back into that. So Heads up, if you want to hear that story, listen to our January Paranormal, which is Grey's Anatomy, about gray aliens.
Yeah.
I'll tell you my UFO story. I pretty much have two big stories, and one was told today with the Rose Hill. So
Sorry, man.
No. I'm glad that you told it because I like hearing your perspective because it's been 6 years, and it's crazy how things change over time.
It's hard to remember the details on that one.
Yeah, that one, it just struck. I also wrote an essay about it. So, like, between it happening and me recalling it to write about it, a lot of that stuff's drilled in my head. But yeah, so that is the Paranormal for this month, Charlie's personal stories. And next month will be my personal stories. And then we'll go from there, and we'll have some news for you guys.
Yeah, we got some big stuff coming. I'm really excited about it. We're still working on it, but we got some big stuff in the way. Maybe another member of the Segway?
Yeah, well, for the time being, I want to shout Logan out. Logan Metcalf, because he's been doing some videos for us. If you check, he did the 10 Things About Capone, and he did the sponsorship video. So, regardless of if it becomes long-term or not, we both appreciate his effort and his skill set. And
he's killing it.
Because content ideas are endless, but time is not endless. And the fact that he's giving our ideas and segments any of his time, we really appreciate that. So shout out to you, Logan. We appreciate your effort. And I think people are enjoying it too, because the people that I've talked to have found it hilarious and well done. So we appreciate it, man. If you guys are enjoying the show, please share it with a friend. Share it with a friend's friend. If you're going on any vacations yourselves, like me going to North Carolina, but still social distancing, y'all, that's the perfect time to listen to podcasts. I destroyed James Renner's Season 3 Philosophy of Crime on the way down.
I still haven't heard it yet, but I'm excited to give it a listen.
Yeah, it was I was saving it for then. It was the perfect time because it was like a 11-hour drive. Check out James Renner's. First of all, check out our interview with James Renner. And then go listen to the Philosophy of Crime. Season 3, if you've caught up the other two, or just binge all of them, but that was excellent. So please share with a friend.
And if you're enjoying the show, give us a 5-star. Give us a 4-star. But if you're going to give us 4 stars, just bump it up to a 5. If you're thinking lower, just put it off to later.
Put it off to later. Listen to go listen to that James Renner episode, and then you'll be like, yeah, it should be a 5. Not really because of them, but it should be a 5.
I'm Charlie.
And I am Tyler. We are the Segway Podcast. So thank you guys for listening. We appreciate you guys out there. We appreciate you giving us your time and your earbuds. As always, this is the Segway.
The best thing that happened to you on a Thursday.
I hope you have Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy in there, but continue.
I fucking should have. I do too. I hope his air conditioning's on.
Yeah, me too. I hope he doesn't have wasps surrounding him.
Just building
a nest in the back of your chair. My goal is I want Logan to live a better life than we live. That's all I can try to.
Me too.
That's all I can do.
Okay.